Welcome to the S.H.O.P, the social hub of positivity. In fact, we are outside the shop. If you just turn the camera this way, young Barnaby, who's on work experience, can you see the lovely sign for the Emery Gate shopping centre, in the centre of Chippenham? Come this now. Here we are, back in this lovely tree that we have specially planted for this podcast, because we have a special person who has planted her soul and heart in the centre of our social hub of positivity for the last how many weeks?
3 months.
12 weeks.
Yeah, you do that.
It could be more. For those of you who watch regularly, thank you. This is the wonderful Jess Way, who is an amazing artist, generally works in fabrics, is that right?
Yeah, most of the time.
And if you're fortunate enough to be able to come to the wonderful Emery Gate in Chippenham, you'll be able to see a selection of her fine work on the walls of our social hub. However, as we just said, for the last 12 weeks how many months did we say? 3 months. Jess has been facilitating a fabric textile, why did I say fabric? Workshop on the theme of water, which was kindly funded by Wessex Water. We've done all sorts of things around water and education, and going to the treatment plant, doing all sort of water testing with young people, getting them in our alternative, the Can Do Arts alternative education process. Should we come over this way a bit more? Can you come this way, Jess?
Yeah.
Because I like this tree. I think I could lean against it. Anyway, so thank you, Wessex Water, and thank you, Jess Way. Jess?
Yes.
Over to you now. I'm going to try and stop talking, right? Tell
that's
us all
a
about it.
change.
How's it been? Yeah, it does. I'm trying to change.
Yeah.
Trying to be good.
It's been
Hey,
brilliant.
one second. Hey, just mean to say, you just moved the camera, man. I just said she's going to talk. Yeah, you just, right? Barnaby?
There we go.
All right? He's done it again. He's moved it. He's moved it. Get it back. All right, you can do it. You can just do a close up on here. Go on.
You want all the limelight on you.
I want
As you
some
lean
of
against
it.
This lovely tree.
I want something, Jess. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Carry on. Sorry.
So the patchwork has been finished this morning. We've been working on it for the last 12 weeks. Every Tuesday and Thursday we've been doing some textile workshops, so it's been open to all abilities. We've had from 5 months old up into people in their sort of 70s and 80s, so we've had a really broad,
Beautiful. Intergenerational.
array of the community.
Yeah.
We've had times where there have been 3 generations of one family all working on their own sort of patches, which have then been sewn into this patchwork, and it's just been such a positive and creative and lovely experience, really. You know, having lots of people from the community all sat around a table, nice cup of tea or coffee, sort of learning different skills, sharing different skills to do with textiles. So we've done some painting on textiles, we've done some applique, we've done some embroidery, we've done some weaving, amongst other bits and bobs. But yeah, it's been a really positive experience.
Yeah, and so people might be questioning what the connection between doing a patchwork quilt and water is. Not only is the whole theme of it, we'll show you some photographs of it, based around water and people's relationship to it, but there's also an underlying environmental message and kind of leaning towards the idea that the material, the fabric, was recycled, because it's, you know, probably quite a well-known fact that the fashion industry, that the clothing industry uses absolutely tons and tons and gallons. I don't know if you do tons in water, but just say gallons and gallons. Don't even if you do litres, don't you? Because you're modern. Yeah, you're modern people. If you were to look at how many litres it took to make one pair of jeans, and a lot of the fabric that we've used is denim, isn't it?
Yeah, so I used to work for a clothing company, and when you're in a clothing company, they send you loads and loads of swatches, of different sort of factories send you these.
So swatches are?
Swatches are little samples of fabrics. They might be different dyes, they might be different washes on them, they might be different sort of textures and things, or weights. And you get sent all of these, and so pretty much the whole patchwork has been made up of the denim that was sent to a clothing company that otherwise would have gone to landfill. So
Yeah.
it's reusing and repurposing fabric that's already out there and already been made,
Yes.
that didn't really have a purpose anymore.
Exactly.
we've been
So
using-
we've repurposed it, which is part of the connection, the environmental, sustainable connection to water usage, because obviously water is an essential for the survival of human beings and all plant life, etc., etc. But it's also cost a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to process. It also costs a lot of money to have it in your house, in your home, if you're fortunate enough to have that. So the idea of maintaining or reducing the amount of waste, because even in those swatches, those little exemplars, that would have taken lots of water to create in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's totally tied into the idea of reuse, repurpose, and taking out what would otherwise go into the landfill. And you know, there's all sorts of things that were leaching and all sorts of stuff that happens in a landfill situation, depending on what you put in there. But if it's unnecessary to put it in the first place, and we can use it as a way of bringing the community together, and you said it's intergenerational, all different types and ages of people with different abilities, some who haven't done any of this before,
Yeah.
some have introduced, you've worked with our alternative education programs, so they've been really loving it.
Yeah.
I shan't mention any names, but the young person that you had that's been working on it, who, explain that a bit about what you said, because she was going to take it home, her piece, wasn't she, initially?
Yes, so she has come in and she's come to quite a few different sessions and has absolutely just flourished, and you can see that she has a real knack for textiles, for sewing, interpreting different materials and different sort of trims and things. She's done a brilliant job of making sort of little flowers out of different ribbons and bits from the scrap store, so really inventive use of materials. And she spent a lot of time on this piece, and I kind of said, if you want to take it, or if you would rather it be as part of the whole patchwork sort of within the community setting, it's completely up to her. But she decided that she was going to donate it to the patchwork, so that's then part of that. And she can say that she's, you know, done a piece of art that's in an exhibited piece that's going to be in the museum and going to be in the shop as well. So the fact that she decided to donate a piece that she spent so much time on and put a lot of love into is a testament to her, really.
Which is another kind of example of how art or the arts bring the community together. And this is why it's essential, and it shouldn't be a secondary lesson in school. It should be an essential part of the school curriculum, and I don't blame school head teachers or schools for this. I blame the structure of schooling or education. That creativity, which is another word for problem solving, is essential for every stage of a human being's existence. And the sooner that a human being gets involved in creativity, the better their chances of being a creative problem solver are. And that will, you know, hold off all sorts of mental health problems, etc., etc. But the other thing that you said about this young person's piece, that when you collate it, when you're putting it all together, because of the size and shape of it, it actually ended up being quite a key piece for you, didn't it?
Yeah, so because of the nature of the patchwork, everyone was doing squares in 2 different sizes, so it's a bit of a puzzle to get everything to fit into a conventional sort of rectangular or square shape. And whilst I was piecing it all together, it was only then, once she'd said that she would donate her piece, that everything just slotted into place. Like I didn't have to quickly make up any patches or anything to make sure that it was the right shape. It just, it all came together. So that was almost like the piece that finished the puzzle, really.
The keystone. Now, interesting, isn't it, that as a analogy, or whatever we call that thing, where we're trying to use it as an example of how communities to come together, what brings communities together. All sorts of things do, but art definitely does. But each person's individual contribution becomes essential to the overall picture or sense of the jigsaw, or the in this case the quilt or whatever, that everyone's important, everyone's contribution is important, and actually when we come together in any way positively in a society, in a community, the sense of coming together is in itself a really beneficial and positive, I don't know, experience, and it's essential, I think. It's essential now. So you've got future plans for this. What are they?
For the patchwork?
Yeah.
So they're going to be up in the shop in Emery Gate for, I don't know how long, maybe a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And then we've been speaking to the Chippenham Museum, so they've got, I only went there for the first time on Tuesday and it is brilliant.
Isn't it?
It's
Isn't it?
so
Do you know what? I was talking to another artist about this. That Chippenham Museum, for anyone that hasn't got it, whether you come from Chippenham or not, go and see it, because they're really quite enlightened and really forward thinking. It's a real feather in the cap of Chippenham Town Council and Chippenham as a town.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal. We really love the sort of the what they've been doing for a while now in their education and access is fantastic. Back to you, sorry.
So so they have said that they would like to exhibit it as well, and then potentially keep it afterwards as kind of a part to archive for the town's history, essentially, and part of the community. So it would come out at different events and things as well. So
well, that's fantastic. Yeah, well, that's brilliant. Now, it's not the last we're going to see of you, thankfully. What's the next part of this wonderful initiative from Wessex Water? What are you going to be doing now that you've got such a lovely following in our community hub?
So I'm still chatting with Donna about this, but it looks like we're going to do some sort of repair workshops. So people will bring in like an item or two that maybe has a hole in it, maybe it's a little bit too long, maybe they just want to customize it in some way. They can bring that in, and then we'll sit and go through the skills. So it won't be that I'm doing it for them, it will be that passing the skills over so that people can learn how to do it themselves. And through doing that, then you end up not buying new things because you've repaired your old things, and that's good for the water systems and for the planet. So
100%. So it's going back to that sustainability, the environmental aspect, water preservation, so that people don't just throw their stuff away or put it in landfill, etc., that they learn the valuable skill to reuse and to mend, and that can be not just on a practical level, that can be on a sentimental level. There can be stuff that you favourite shirts, favourite jeans, whatever, that you might think you can't wear anymore, and you come along to this workshop and you start learning these valuable skills. Now, how's the camera going there, Barnaby? Because it looks like it's going a bit wonky. Yeah. Hello. I mean, you know what I mean? I hope you're proud of yourself. You made me feel seasick then when you tipped the camera. You know that I'm quite sensitive. Doing a great job. Barnaby's doing a great job from Wiltshire College, isn't he? He's done work experience. How's he done for the last?
He's been really good. Yeah, really helpful. He's taken lots of photos, engaged with anyone that's in the workshop.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's really perfect. Well done, Barnaby. I want to say that now because I think you've done a great job, and Jess has told me, we've talked about this before, and she's very happy with what you've done, so you should be very proud of that. And so should Wiltshire College. You're a great example of their fantastic students. Anyway, so if you want to come, look out on our website, all our socials, come into the shop, talk about when these mend and repair, or whatever we're going to call the mend and repair, it's the same thing, Ed. Yes, whatever we end up calling it. But I want to say a massive thank you to Jess Way, to all the participants, to Barnaby, to Wessex Water, to Emery Gate, the people that run Emery Gate, and to everyone that's contributed to this wonderful piece. Thank you very much. It's a wrap.
Spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, just another speck in the cosmic shower.